Welcome to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. Thank you for tuning in to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. Kay Willis Positive Vibes Talk Show on 1580 thepraise.com, a Gold Chip communication station. And I have Ashley B back this week. I'm so excited. We are talking about just speaking into the youth. Ashley is an advocate. She talks about the inner child that resides inside you. And we're going to go get more into this interview because it was so good last week. But this week, come on now. If y'all ain't tuned in last week, I need y'all to, go ahead, listen to the live or, go ahead and get into it. So we stopped at just speaking into yourself, and we talked about Steve Harvey and how he wrote on his, in school, he said, I want to be on TV. And the teacher was like, who you know on TV? You're not going to be on TV. Everybody else wrote doctor, lawyer, attorney, teacher. You about to be on TV? Yeah, right. Told his mama he got in trouble. Mama said, tell your dad. The dad looked at it and said, I don't see nothing wrong with it. What you do, you're going to turn in, you're going to be whatever they want you to say, teacher, whatever. But you're going to put in your drawer that you are going to be on TV. And I want you to look at that every day. And that's what he did. He said his teacher, honey, he sent her a TV every year. She like, I don't need all these TVs, but you got one. Because he said he was going to be on TV. So that's like power affirmations. And I don't think his dad even knew what. No, I mean, his dad did know because obviously he told him to do it. But the power of affirmations. And then I think in that time frame, a lot of people wasn't into that. So for his dad to do that and speak that into his life, shout out to him because I love Family Feud and, and Steve Harvey.
He's the GOAT.
Yes, and from Cleveland, Ohio, and Ashley B is from Cleveland, Ohio, and I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. So shout out to Cleveland, Ohio for
shout out to Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, shout out to Cleveland, Ohio for just for honey. If you're from Cleveland, you can make it anywhere. Mm-hmm. You can make it anywhere. So shout out to Cleveland for making great people. So also making great people. I mean, Ashley B. We also mentioned in the last interview last week, she was speaking into this guy at Walmart. He was a teenager, and she talked to him about his dreams. So let's just go ahead and talk more about that, about awakening someone's dream. So this week, you want to tell somebody how they could help awaken their dream?
Okay, you awaken your dreams if you don't know what your dreams is.
Yes.
We had ended up kind of like having fun. Like I feel like that awakens your dreams. Also, when we talk about youth is truth, like children, like we all know what we enjoy doing as a kid. A lot of times we take that for granted. But remind yourself, go back, like what did you enjoy? Like start off with school. What was your favorite subject? If you like reading or writing, you're a creative writer. Maybe you're an actress or a dancer, or you like fashion or in the music and arts. If you like math, maybe you are like a lawyer, a business owner. You into science, technology. I don't know. I ain't really no big math person, but I know they deal with a lot of numbers, right? If you like law, maybe you like justice. You want the people's rights to be acknowledged. You want fairness. You know what I'm saying? So go back to maybe what your favorite subject was, or maybe like I ain't like school at all. That could be a tricky situation too. But go back into like what did you enjoy doing? How did you escape from just the reality of the world? If you really can't really put a point on what you actually enjoyed in school. Just ask yourself, how did I escape from the world? What did I do? What brought me comfort? When you start having those conversations with yourself, again, your inner child will start talking back to you because so much in life. A lot of us, we don't talk to our inner child, so we don't have no relationship or communication or a strong bond when our inner child is speaking to us or letting us know when something is right and something is wrong, or what to be aware of. So I would say start talking to yourself. Start with affirmation, I am. And after that, I am, think about all the things that you are. And hopefully that will start off that journey of you being more aware of, your interests and who you are. But it takes time. You actually got to want to do it. Yeah.
Like you said, talk to your inner child and put those affirmations in there. And you mentioned, how did you escape from reality of the world? Like, how did you escape? So, like you said, if you like to draw, if you like math, how did you escape? So always tap into that.
I want to talk about how I escaped. So I'm a creative. I'm just a very talented. I love art. I could draw. I didn't know that until middle school, but how I used to escape from my just childhood trauma and just my environment, because my mother, she was a single mother. She did not have awareness of how to pour into her children because she was not pouring into herself or identifying our superpowers. So I used to, on Sundays, I don't know if you remember this, they used to show The Mansion on a certain channel, and you could see inside the houses. So that let me know that I love nice houses. Yes. I love maybe interior design. I want a big house. That means I have big dreams, right? Yes. I want a family, maybe. I just want to live in a good neighborhood. I used to play with Barbie dolls. With my Barbie doll house, like really low key, like playing, like it was a whole story. So I'm a creative writer. I can maybe like to write books, TV show, like just an actor. I don't know, just you just got to tap into that. So that has helped me up until now to like really know more about myself. That even though I didn't have nobody pouring into me and really identifying what I enjoy, it reminded me like all those things that I did as a kid is what I'm actually doing now. So sit with yourself and remind yourself, one, what did you enjoy? Or two, how did you help yourself to escape from all the dramas and, traumas in your life? And I feel like that will guide you into knowing more about, your superpowers.
Yes. And then, like I said, when you escape, too, it's like a piece. So, like I said, just watching that, and I know what you're talking about, because I don't know if they play it down here, but in Cleveland they do, and I love that. I would look too, honey, like, yes, I want that house, and then, like you said, and then you'll have your Barbie doll, and then you'll start like a creative and writing. And then speaking of writing, I mean, you are an author. You have a book. You wrote children's book. It's called Dude, What's That Smell? And let's go ahead and get into the book. Let's go ahead and speak about the book.
All right, let's talk about Dude, What's That Smell? So it's a very funny and engaging book. I'm the author. My daughter, Dickie Pro, she's a very known Cleveland youth artist. She's the illustrator. When we created this book, we was in Pain. Well, the idea came to us when I was in Painesville, so it had to been like, I don't remember a year that was. No, I had Makai in 2018, so right like around 2017, it was just like an idea. Like, it was just an idea that came to me. And I first was going to originally do it with my son, but he wasn't serious about it. So Zanaya became the illustrator. We just went through that process. I actually told her, how I visioned the story in my head, and she brought the pictures to life. It do bring a lot of my family members into the story. I don't know if you read the book, like the grandfather that is farting like a huge bomb out of his butt that reminded me of my papa, because I remember that as a childhood. During my childhood. Anything else relate? We did dedicate it to my son, Makai, once we got to that point where it was time to, wrap it up and get it start publishing. But I just wanted something funny, something rhyming. I can do rap battles with my kids. We do stuff like that. I like things that rhyme. It's a rhyming book. When I say it's engaging, the reader has to say, and then, whoever's listening has to say, dude, what's that smell? And they just got to guess what the smell is, and, the answer is at the end of the book. But it's a real cute book. I love it. I'm very proud of it. So, yeah.
So, in the book, okay, so It is on Amazon. Dude, what's that smell?
I don't like to point people. No, I don't want to point people
Where
to
you want to
Amazon.
point people to?
No, because Amazon, even if you out there, you want to write a book, you don't get your money. So I just say that there is a way. If you email us, we will mail the book to you, and it'll be a signed copy. So just our creativity, like I don't want to get breadcrumbs for $1. That's what we make on Amazon. So if you would like a book, you can email me or you can go to my website and just inquire about it, and we'll mail it to you. It's only $11.11 on Amazon, but in percent with the signed copies is $15.
Okay, and then what is the website?
So again, my website is Ashley B. Childhood Advocate that's my email. AshleyBChildhoodAdvocate.org.
Okay. Ashley B, and it's ASHLEY, right?
Correct.
And then B, childhoodadvocate.org. So you guys can get the dude, what's the smell, and also with that, I like how you said it's interactive. So,
and it's funny.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. It's funny. Kids love it. It's funny.
Yeah. So it's interactive. It's funny. It's something that you and your child, once again, it's going to bring you and the family together. Because a lot of times, families, one person in one room, one person on a video game, one person, on their phone. So this brings the family together. So if you want a book that's going to bring the family together and is interactive, dude, what's that smell? Go online and get it. And like she said, you're going to get a signed copy, not just any copy. So you can have a signed copy for your collection.
And if you're in Cleveland, Ohio, I definitely would love to read to your students if you have a classroom. Like, that's what I enjoy the most, like actually reading my book to the kids. So if you're looking for a story time, you can inquire again on my email. Let me put my email. So it's AshleyChildhoodAdvocate@gmail.com. That's really where I get, I send people. So you can inquire through my email.
Thank you. And once again, ASHLEY and then B as in boy, because that's how she spelled her name. Everybody mama spell it different. That's how y'all gonna get in contact with Ashley B. Now, I know you said your daughter is the illustrator. How old is your daughter?
So Zania's 17 now. She's been drawing since she was before she got in school. So it's in our blood. She's very dope. Y'all should follow her too. Vicky Pro. She on Instagram. Vicky Pro. ZeeKiPro. Check her artwork out.
And you said she's been drawing since she was a kid. So when you have an advocate as a mom, you pulled that out.
Yes.
Yes, you pulled that out, and then also you even motivated her to be an illustrator on the book. So shout out to you, Ashley B, mom. Not just you practicing what you preaching. Come on now.
No, for real, you got to.
Yes.
That's the only way you gonna feel it. If you ain't feeling nothing I'm saying, then something, I don't know. It's a lack of. The connection is weak. If you don't, I feel like you can't resonate with somebody if they're not being real,
right?
Or they not speaking true. So I hope y'all feeling me.
Come on now, I'm feeling you. We feeling you. Okay. We feeling you. So yes, you also do that in your home. You speak to yourself. You speak to your kids. You speak to other people's kids. And then on this episode as well, talk more for the people who tuned in late last week. What does the youth is the truth mean to you?
Man, that's a whole breakdown. You about to have me do that. Okay, so youth is truth is just really being youth. And I know that's going to go over a lot of people's heads, but youth is truth is really connecting to your younger self to find truth within yourself. You can only find truth within yourself, okay, before you can find truth in other people. So youth is truth is. If you got a question, ask yourself first. If you want to know who you are, ask yourself. Youth is truth is they're honest with they're transparent, they're creators, they're in their highest, purest form. Youth is truth. If we're not talking about the youth, then what are we talking about?
Talking about?
It's again when I was talking about the I looked it up. I forgot the tribe. I think they in Kenya. I'm sorry if I'm messing it up, but they asked, instead of saying how are you doing, they asked how are the children. Like, and that lets them know how the community is thriving. What does the community need? So ask yourself, how are the children in your family? How are the children in your community? If you see more bad than good, that's letting you know that we got some working to do. We're going in the wrong direction. So that the children is not thriving, they're not happy, they're not safe. Then we, again, going in the wrong direction is something that we can do. And the only thing that we can do, again, as individual people, is go within and find out what do we bring to the collective of people? How can we bring that light out? How can we be ourselves? And I feel like it's more so, how can you love yourself? And the love is really the key answer to helping our community. When we love ourselves, we can only if we love ourselves, you love everybody else. So we need more love in our community. So when I'm talking about youth is truth, it is really like getting to the core of things, getting to that pure form of those essence, that God-like energy. That's what youth is truth is.
Yes, that God-like energy. I mean, once again, that childlike faith, you got to have that childlike faith. We all have it. And sometimes due to traumas or people speaking negative to us, that drops, So then, like you said, speaks to your inner self who, like you said before on the past episode, what do you love to do? I mean, do you love to draw? Do you love to write? Let's get back into that. And then, like you said, how can you love yourself? Like, how can you love others if you don't love yourself?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Yes, that's a real one. How can you love others and you don't love yourself? So get back to loving yourself. And God is love. So get back into that.
Can I say one more thing?
Absolutely.
That, like speaking to the parents, like youth is truth. Like even my mother told me she knew something wasn't right by how I just react to things. Like, listen to your children. They know. Like, stop underestimating their awareness and their knowledge. Children know what's going to be trending in the future. Like, really, this generation, like, when it comes to technology, like, figure out what they enjoy doing and invest in that so we can leave generations, just invest in things so we can create that generational wealth. Yeah, I forgot what I was about to say, but we just gotta we gotta listen more to the children. As parents, like, be more intentional who you have children with. Like, family, that family is important. A lot of us are in broken families. A lot of single mothers because we didn't love ourselves, so we created. Not to say that wasn't supposed to happen, because our children come in our lives to teach us something ultimately, but making sure that we are intentional about that strong foundation of who we create with, so the father and the mother can be there. Because a lot of children, that's what they're suffering from. It's a lack of family. It's a lack of love. Parents are in survival mode. They stressed out, and they can't pour into their kids because it's a repeated cycle that keeps happening. So, if you love your children, your grandbabies, even your nieces and nephews, if you don't have children, like, start loving yourself so you can be more aware, so you can be aware of what their needs are so you can help them.
Yes. You spoke about generational wealth, which a lot of people, I mean, they forget about it, but it's generational wealth. And then there's also generational curses that you mentioned about as well. I mean, like you said, if you don't love yourself, that's why you having a baby with somebody that is not speaking into, because you don't love yourself. And then now you're procreating kids, and then it's just a generational. But when you get somebody that wants to stop that generational curse, say, hey, that stops with me, I'm going to be with somebody that has a good foundation.
And don't let me get in this mistaken. I'm speaking from experience. So I did not have children, because I didn't love myself. So to stop that generational curse, start pouring into your pouring these values and teaching these principles and being that example for your children. Like, not just talking about it, because you can't talk about it if you ain't about it.
Right.
Kids know it, so be about it so they can be able to model that example. And we need to know, as the elders, as the parents, the older population, that they're only doing what we doing. So if we don't like what they're doing, we need to be working on ourselves and fixing how we showing up. And it just goes just like that.
I agree. Yeah, like you said, work on ourselves. Because every day, like I had my other guest, she said something good. She said about growing. Like, if you're not growing, what are you doing? Come on now. D mentioned something. I'm paraphrasing. But you need to be with someone that wants to see you grow. And yes, and your family needs to be growing. How can we get to this generational wealth? And generational wealth is not just money. It's about peace. It's about, like you said, your inner self. It's all about that. Yes, love.
Yes, stability, all that protection. Like, there's a lot of young girls. I talk to them, like, not to just put this on the fathers, but I feel like not to say one parent is more important than the others, but the fathers, maybe it's because we see a lack of fathers, but fathers, they play a major role. Like, it's that structure. The structure is really what keeps the foundation strong. So if that structure ain't there and the mother trying to be masculine all the time, what do we expect? So I want our fathers to know, like, your children need you, or we need our fathers. I didn't grow up with a father, so I know how that can turn out. And not to say that it can always be a bad situation, but just being able to, again, feel protected and know how to value yourself as a young woman, even as a man. Like, the young men, like, I just feel like they're so depressed because they don't have their fathers. Like, it's so disappointing. It's so embarrassing to them. It makes them cry at night. They don't even want to talk about it because they don't even know how to control their emotions, or they don't want to talk about it.
Right.
They don't want to face that. So I just want the fathers to really step up and really identify what does that look like as a healthy father, not just being there and supporting them financially, but what does it mean to be there for your child for real? And what did you need when you was a kid? What did you need in your father? And work your best to be able to show up as that.
Come on now. You speaking. Come on. Because, I mean, our Heavenly Father is our Father, and we will go to Him. But our physical fathers, we do need them. I thank God that my father was in my life, because a lot of stuff, a lot of game, people try to, you can't play that game on me because I got a man speaking into me. Come on now. Shout out to my dad, Chuck Willis. I got a man speaking into me. So all that game, I ain't got, and once again, wait a minute. Shout out to my dad because he introduced me to Ashley B. Come on now. That's how I got
that name sound familiar.
Yes, that's how I got introduced to Ashley B. He said, Miss K, I need you to interview this lady. She got a book. I was like, oh, yeah. And I looked you up, and I was like, oh, yeah, I got her. So shout out again. But wait a minute. Really? You see how that what you just talked about, how that just broke down? When you got a father, he gonna help you, he gonna encourage you. But when you don't have that, and I think another thing that some people felt as, like, if they didn't have a dad, and when a dad is trying to be in a child life, when a woman try to deny it, like, girl, you crazy. But it's because you didn't have a dad, or I'm the dad, mom, and a dad. I hate that. Like, no, they got a dad. So let that man be in their life, and we will have a stronger community if there was more parents, a mom, and they don't even have to. Maybe they're not going to be together. Stuff happens. I feel like that should be the intention, to be together. It should be the intentions to be together. Yes. Absolutely. Like, it should be intentions to be married, be together. However, sometimes some things happen because I can't stand him. So, okay, well, we gonna get you to be able to have a conversation with him, so he can have a conversation with his child, because that child needs their father, regardless if you feel like they don't because you grew up with one. Then that's, once again, a generational curse that we talked about. That's
and
a curse.
Also with awareness of self, we don't know who we are. Like, if you just going off of what you know from your mother and your father missing, like, how can you, and circumstances, situations happen. They may go to prison for life, or they get murdered or die or something. Like, those things happen, and it is what it is. But if you could be there, because they're gonna learn a lot about themselves from you.
Yes.
And you're going to learn a lot from them, because, again, we only have children to teach us something, teach us about ourselves. So
come on now.
They're little messengers, but yeah.
Yes. I mean, once again, that childlike faith and and having that, and the children do speak. And like you said, they're pure, they're honest. So come on, Ashley B. You better talk to the community. And that's how we get the community together. And right, when we have families, if everybody noticed, a lot of communities that flourish because they have the parents, they're married, they have a household, and they're putting that out. They're putting their kids, you know what I'm saying? They pushing. But when you don't have that, then like you said, a lot of these boys are crying themselves to sleep because they don't have a dad. But then I'm your mom and your dad. No, we need to stop that. Yeah, it's not healthy. It's not. Even people tell me when Father's Day, they was like, oh, hey, girl, happy Father's Day. I'm like, man, I don't like that. Because the woman got their day. Happy Mother's Day to the mom. The Father's Day, let the man have his day. Yeah, it's disrespectful. I hate that. But people always say it.
We feel like we got to be in those roles. Like, we have to be that protective, especially single mothers. Even the single fathers, like, you have to be that. You have to bring in that balance, so it's hard. So we can't be in our divine feminine, and they can't be in a divine masculine.
Come on.
Because we're taking up this substitute of this place that's missing that should be there to pour into our child. So it is hard to bring in that balance, just to be the mother as a single mother and just to be the father as a single father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's that? How can we reach you? I mean, we want to get that book. Like you said, once again, we could go on your website and then we can email you and you're going to give us a signed copy. So the book is Dude, What's That Smell? And how can we get that book?
All right, so just email me, Ashley B, Childhood Advocate @gmail.com. Just inquire, I would like to purchase a book. And we'll go from there. Email me until we get our systems in place, because I don't have a website where, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm still working on that, but you can email me if you really want the book. And we're getting it into more libraries and getting into more stores. So it is really trying to figure out how the resources or the knowledge of how to go about doing that for anybody that was interested. If you know how to do that and you can assist us with that, please let me know and email me if you are willing to help, to make sure just that we have that distribution from our own website where y'all getting it directly from us. If you can help, we'll appreciate that.
Yes. And then how else can they reach out to you on social media?
Okay, Instagram, again, Ashley B, that's ASHLEY B _childhood advocate.
Well, thank you, Ashley B, for coming on part 2. And I'm going to have to have you. You're going to come on again. So we'll work out something. I'll reach out to you. But just our conversation and everything and the community, that stuff need to be talked about. Okay? So I appreciate you. And then for you guys out there, I mean, our show is all around the world. You can contact me at K Willis Positive Vibes Talk Show to be a sponsor. So K Willis Positive Vibes Talk Show @gmail.com. And thank you for tuning in to the K Willis Positive Vibes Talk Show on 1580 thepraise.com, a Gold Chip communication station. Like, share, and subscribe to the K Willis Positive Vibes podcast. Thank you for tuning in to the K Willis Positive Vibes podcast. Check out my book, The Principles of Overcoming Life's Obstacles, a 31-day journey to positive living, available on Amazon.com. Just type K Willis. And thank you for tuning in to the K Willis Positive Vibes podcast.